the business for a better Gambia.
That's important because tourism is the greatest employer in the Gambia. But I want to talk about the fact that a lot of people think that you're quite lucky to be situated here in the hub, in the middle of the Paradise Beach. I mean, you have the Osprey, the Kabokoto, and now this is the Rainbow. And okay, a few guests I spoke to told me about the, strategic location of this beach bar. The fact that they can fish and enjoy many attractions at the same time, have a restaurant and eating place very close by. Now, did you choose this? Delivery.
Yes, for any business, location is a primary priority. But other priorities include you have to be trained, you have to be dedicated, you have to be honest in your business. Those are some of the factors I would say would contribute, because all this, I am a server. I give customers what I can do. I give them products that I can create to make them thinking that they will be happy with those products. But at the same time, whatever you do for the customers, they know it better than you. And most of the time, for me, it's not only the location, but I talk to my customers individually. Every customer that comes here, I try to talk to them individually to hear their views about what we do.
I was really surprised. Some of them know you. They said, Jaula can do anything for you.
Beach bars and local seaside resorts have become the most appealing outlook of the tourism industry, according to Mark at the Kabokoto Beach Bar. People don't just want to sit in hotels and around pool sites anymore. Vacations today are much about the outdoors and attractions, according to Mark, who told the expedition he thinks the tourist season is just too short.
Compared to anywhere in Europe, it is cheap. And personally, I don't think Gambia is promoted enough. Yeah, and also I think your season's very short, where it could be actually extended by a month or so. Yeah, so instead of ending in the end of April, you could actually end it the end of May. You get another month for tourists.
Echo is a word well admired by Keba Abujang, the proprietor of the Jungle Paradise Beach Bar and Lodge. The owner of the beautiful seaside resort believes more participation by locals is required to boost up the gains of the industry. We have to be at the wheel of the industry in order to effectively exploit and harness our local endowments, Bojang told the expedition.
You know, it's humanity. Gambians are very nice, people are really nice, the weather is favorable, but we have limited product. If you go to arts markets from Brikama to Bakau, you see almost the same thing there. So that it's not there, the creativeness is lacking. And then we want to see something different all the time.
So you think we should sell more of our culture and tradition?
Our tradition, something that is indigenous Gambian, something that is Gambian, so that people, when they go back, they can have something that will depict the culture, the lifestyle of the people of this country. You know, and I think our culture is something been forgotten about.
One thing he has learned whilst running a beach bar is the popularity of the local cuisine. We have to increasingly sell and rely on our cultures and values. This is our best appeal, Bojang revealed.
I hide it into these rocks normally, which is...
Speaking of sharks, I want to ask you, I saw a few tourists, in fact I spoke to them fishing, and they told me that they haven't caught any fish yet, but do we have fish here?
They do have a good catch, and sometimes I have tourists here fishing until late night. Yeah, but what we don't see often is shark. They have a lot of tilapias, a lot of catfish, a lot of butterfish, you know, ladyfish. There are plenty of them. Snappers, they do have a good catch, you know.
Yeah, speaking of fish, what about the local cuisine? How do you manage it? Is it entirely local, or do you mix it with?
Well, we do have a few continental foods. You know, the fact that a lot of people come from different backgrounds, they wouldn't be comfortable with only what is local. You have to give them what they're used to also, depending what they like. But mainly seafoods is our main dishes here. You know, seafood, mixed seafood, you know, fish, you know, lobsters, shrimps, prawns. These are our major dishes. We also have a local dish attached to this, for our own, to introduce our own local dish.
I realize it's particularly, loved by the guests. I mean, particularly popular.
Yes, I think is something Gambia is also very much known for, not only the guests. I love it very much, and I'm sure you do as well. So tourists hear about it. You know, people are curious. When they hear a lot been talked about something, they want to find out, wow, what is this? And Domoda is one of very famous Gambian dishes for even Gambians. Sanyang, if you look at it, it's not only the cleanliness. The cleanliness are by our own efforts, because it's one of the major tourist attractions in the country generally. And the beaches are beautiful, not only because they are clean, but we also have a flat sea. You could see it's very, very safe for tourists or anybody to swim, even those who cannot.
Very calm.
It's a very calm one, not very heavy currents, you know, and it's flat. You can walk until you get drowned, you know what I mean? It's in much of the beaches around you see them are kind of steep ones, you know, and once you try to swim in, it creates problem. If you don't know, you can easily get drowned, especially if you are not good at it. The second,
it's very ideal for swimming.
Very ideal for swimming, especially for tourists, and we have not many rocks in the sea. If you go to the other part there, as you can see there, you could see rocks coming out. But then all this area you could see is almost free of rocks, and therefore very secured, safe. And then sharks are hiding into these rocks normally, which is...
Speaking of sharks, I want to ask you, I saw a few tourists, in fact I spoke to them fishing, and they told me that they haven't caught any fish yet, but do we have fish here?
They do have a good catch, and sometimes I have tourists here fishing until late night. Yeah, but what we don't see often is shark. They have a lot of tilapias, a lot of catfish, a lot of butterfish, you know, ladyfish. There are plenty of them. Snappers, they do have a good catch, you know.
Yeah, speaking of fish, what about the local cuisine? How do you manage it? Is it entirely local, or do you mix it with?
Well, we do have a few continental foods, you know. The fact that a lot of people come from different backgrounds, they wouldn't be comfortable with only what is local. We have to give them what they're used to also, depending what they like. But mainly seafoods is our main dishes here. You know, seafood, mixed seafood, you know, fish, you know, lobsters, shrimps, prawns. These are our major dishes. We also have a local dish attached. People are curious. When they hear a lot been talked about something, they want to find out, wow, what is this? And Domoda is one of very famous Gambian dishes for even Gambians. And
yeah, you mean we should promote it?
We should promote it. It's good to promote our local product. I think this is one major area where the tourism in the Gambia is lacking.
But as I'm talking about the fact, you know, that once we have, I mean, a local cuisine that fits in, you know, into the tourism industry, I mean, and becomes very, very popular,